Welcome back to Mountain Connections. PC Talks is a brand new speaker series here in Park City. It's going to be hosted at the Rockwell Listening Room. Here to tell us more is life coach, speaker Terry Sidford, as well as Karla Olson, who's co-founder with Terry Sidford of PC Talks, and owner of OP Rockwell, Scott Thomson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you.
This is exciting, and I love that you're bringing so many voices to Park City. Just an incredible opportunity with OP Rockwell. Terry, you have an event coming up, and you are the first speaker.
Yes, I am. I know. I'm
Exciting.
So excited about it, and Scott and Karla have really been behind me on this, and it's going to be a huge event. It's a Women's Night Out speaker event, so it's our first event with PC Talks, and I'll be the keynote speaker. I have a brand new talk. A lot of people have heard my Courage talk as a TED Talk, but this is completely different. And we're going to have food and drinks available to purchase, and there's going to be swag bags worth $400 and giveaways, and Park City TV is one of the sponsors, so we really appreciate that.
We are proud to be there, and your talk, it's a version of your TEDx talk, as you mentioned, all about courage, how it's contagious, how important it is. Do you find courage in your own life? I'm sure you do, but is it hard sometimes to recognize that?
Yes, that's what I found through this whole process. The first thing, when I was working with clients as a coach, I noticed that they would demonstrate courage but not see it in themselves. So I kind of went on a path of trying to find out why that happens. And in that whole process of doing a survey with women, I realized I didn't see myself as courageous. So I think courageous shows up in different forms. Some people it's just getting out of bed. And others it's going past your comfort zone and doing something new, taking risks. And really that's the only way that we can really grow and fulfill our true potential. So we all have courage in us. That's the message I want everyone to know. And the more that we acknowledge that, the more it shows up, the more we're able to show up and really fulfill our potential, and then everyone else around us does the same. We inspire everyone around us. So we all have courage.
Well, I can tell it's going to be a very inspiring evening. Excited to hear more. That's May 22nd.
28th.
28th, May 28th.
A Tuesday, 6 to 9 o'clock. And tickets can be purchased, they're going fast, at oprockwell.com.
Perfect, looking forward to it. Now Karla, you wear a lot of hats. You're part of PC Pulse here on Park City Television.
Yep.
And you decided to co-found PC Talks with Terry. What made you decide to do this?
Yeah, well, I started coaching with Terry, and it was just life-changing. We were kindred spirits, we soon found out. And then I had gone to a couple events at the listening room, and so I thought, we really need to bring her coaching to life. And so the three of us started talking about these events that we could do at the listening room, and one of them is PC Talks. So we're going to have, under that umbrella, we're going to have Women's Night Out. There's a lot of different speakers, different subjects, inspirational, maybe health and wellness, that sort of thing. So under the PC Talks umbrella, we're going to have a lot of events, but the first one is Women's Night Out. So,
how has the response been from the community when they hear about this speaker series?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So, you know, there's a lot of speaker events, but this one is really special because the listening room provides this great environment to have appetizers. We've had so many sponsors. I mean, I think Terry got them in a week. It was just, they were so excited to be a part of this and to be a part of the launch. And I think it's really about bringing community back to Main Street and connection, right?
And really the ideal time to do just that.
Yeah.
So Scott, you are owner of OP Rockwell. What made you decide to start this listening room?
It's funny. We bought the building, put a group together to buy the building after we were about a year into OP Rockwell, and the whole thought was what you just said, Karla, was to bring community back to Main Street. And how do we do that? But we opened up a co-working space on the top floor, and then the middle floor was really the glue that was going to put everything together for OP Rockwell and the office space. And so having this community-centric place where we can do all sorts of events, from PC Talks to Nashville Unplugged, which is like a Bluebird Cafe style listening experience. It's amazing. From comedy shows, which we just had one called Comedy Killers a couple weeks ago. So we're going to do once a month. We'll have, we'll program the entire space all the time, but we'll have really special events throughout the month, I guess. Whether it's PC Talks or something really special, and it's available to rent, and it's open every day. So people come in to stoke coffee, they have a coffee, they look at the space going, what do we do here? And it's just a comfortable place to hang out. So I get that. A lot of the city is, you know, a lot of the people from the city come in for coffee and they get to have meetings there and hang out. It's just a comfortable place for locals to come back to Main Street.
And you really have created this incredible opening place that people love to go to. How long have you been the owner of OP Rockwell?
I believe we're about 4.5 years into OP Rockwell.
And what are some of the challenges of managing this kind of diverse space?
Really
How much time do you have?
Thanks a lot. The challenges are just that. I mean, there's just, you get a lot of things coming at you from all different directions. Working with these guys has been amazing because we're, you know, having this team together for PC Talks really alleviates a lot of the things that I need to do on the other angles, but it also then allows us to be more creative and bring other things into PC Talks. Meeting new people and bring new and interesting concepts to PC Talks. So that's been fantastic, and these guys, they were teasing me this morning. They got me up. We did a radio yesterday and TV today, and
they're keeping you busy.
But it's been awesome, and that's kind of what we need to get the word out. But I think it's getting out there, and that's exciting. And we feel an energy when you walk into the place, and when locals are there. A lot of the tourists, when they come into town, they feel that energy, and they ask around, okay, what's going on tonight? Well, OP Rockwell has this, but you know, the listening room has Nashville Unplugged, or they have a speaker, or you know, a comedy show. And so hopefully it's a central place that people can come to and be able to hang out or have events or, you know, whatever. I mean, it's wide open to do so many different things.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think people definitely notice this great energy in Park City, and I'm excited to talk more about OP Rockwell, the Listening Room, and PC Talks right after this quick commercial break. So stay tuned. We will be right back with much more after this break. Welcome back to Mount Connections. I'm excited to continue this conversation with PC Talks, a new speaker series here in Park City, as well as OP Rockwell and the Rockwell Listening Room. Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So
Christine.
Carla, tell me everything. You have a lot that you're involved in with PC Talks. You also started the Joyful Heart. You're here at Park City Television. How does this all relate with PC Talks, with OP Rockwell?
Right. So Joyful Heart is just a company, it's my business, so I'm helping out with events and programs and such in the area. And what really attracted me to the listening room is, you know, OP Rockwell, the downstairs, been to a lot of concerts there, but then when I saw this middle space, it was special. And so I'm so glad that we, you know, started figuring out what we could do there. And so I think a great way to come check it out is we have weddings there. There's a wedding, for example, on June 8th. There's an event for health and wellness. There's Terry's TED, you know, her TED Talk night, Women's Night Out. And then there's also Nashville Unplugged. So Nashville Unplugged was amazing. They're here, I think, June 13th, is that right?
That's right.
And the last one I went to, it was all these singer-songwriters that are writing for like Tim and Faith, their songs out on the radio, and they're playing their music and telling their stories. And you know, it was my birthday night, and but my friends said it was the best event they had been to in Park City in a year. And so I just think there's a lot of, you know, different ways that you could use this space, and that's what really attracted me to this place. So yeah.
And Terry, you also wear a lot of different hats, do a lot of different things, but I'm not going to go there because if you're here, I want to pick your brain for life skills, life coaching advice. And I'm curious about this courage and want to plug your event on May 28th.
Great, yes.
How do you tell someone who's in the midst of some really, really hard times that will provoke courage in the future?
That's a great question because that happens all the time. When they're in it, they don't see that they're courageous at all. They just think they're surviving, right? But later on, when you just to give them hope, to say, you know, you're strong, you have a lot of strength within you. I think that's probably the simplest thing to say to someone that's in the middle of it. And then later on, they can reflect back and say, you know, finally look at themselves like, you know, I was strong and I did get through it. And maybe I could put a label as even being courageous or brave. But when they're in the middle of it, it's just they think, wow, I'm just surviving. But that's what I found, is a lot of people think they're just surviving. But no, you could have given up, but you kept going.
You didn't.
Yeah.
You have an incredible background where you had a rough childhood, adolescence, left home very early. How much time did it take from when those experiences happened to you to where you found courage in that?
It's kind of incredible. I was a life coach. I was curious about why they demonstrated courage and didn't see it in themselves. And then it compelled me to write a book about it. I wrote a book about it. I'm giving a presentation to a group of women, and somebody asked me, Terry, can you give me examples of your own courage? And I was just completely taken back. On my face, I was just like dizzy. And then I had to reflect on my life and look and see that I was courageous. I did survive, and I didn't give up. And I finally, for the first time, this is not that long ago, saw that I was courageous, and it changed my life.
Well, this is why people want to come and hear you talk on May 28th. I could just love to listen to more, so I'm excited for this event.
Thank you, Christine.
And Scott, how has OP Rockwell changed over the past 4 years? How has the community changed? How has that space changed? And what are you most excited for in the future?
I am excited that I'll go backwards. So I'm excited for the entire building, as I'd mentioned, working together, creating bigger and better events. We're getting bigger, better acts down in OP Rockwell because we're starting to really be known now that we've been around for 4.5 years. So you actually have people calling us saying, hey, can we play at your place? We heard it's great. And what we really like to do is take care of all of the acts that come through. And so we have the green room upstairs in the office space. Kevin Costner played last year. And so his entire group, they were hanging out upstairs, having a beer, warming up. They went downstairs, they played, great show, and then afterwards they were hanging out upstairs with fans and whatnot. So we see that happening more and more, and the word gets out, I think, that people are having a ball at our place.
You have these great events, concerts, PC Talks. You also can rent it for weddings. Where can we get more information about OP Rockwell?
OP Rockwell, so we were going to do another website, the Rockwell Listening Room, but we decided to keep it with OP Rockwell and have all the information go through that one entity, so nobody's really confused. And it just has simplified things, I think.
So it's oprockwell.com.
So oprockwell.com, yeah.
Perfect. And PC Talks, where can we get more information?
OPRockwell.com.
Yep,
it's all there.
all there.
Okay, wow,
It's all there.
That makes it really easy. Well, perfect. Well, thanks so much, all three of you, Scott, Karla, and Terry, for being here. The energy in the room is contagious. I just am so excited to hear more about PC Talks. I'm excited about what's changing over at OP Rockwell and what's staying the same, really.
Cool.
All right, check out OP Rockwell for everything you need, all about that space and PC Talks and much more. Definitely a staple in this community. And we have more coming up on Mountain Connections. Park City Baptist Church is here to talk all about what they offer their members and their part in this community right after this break.